Imagine a family station wagon that has over 700 horsepower. Woo! This bad boy rips and packs a twin turbo V8. Today we're talking about the 2025 BMW M5 Touring. Finally coming to the US is the M5 station wagon, and it is very sporty and extremely fast. Today we're gonna dig in, completely review it, take it out on the road and see how well it handles, and also we've got to put that 0 to 60 to test, so let's dive in. Starting off in the front here, we have the extremely classic BMW front end, but on this M5 Touring, we do have some special things as well. Starting off in the center, we got a very nice BMW logo, of course, and then we've got the classic BMW kidney bean grille is what they like to call it. I think it looks a little bit different, but also this one does have the executive package, so it does light up all the way around it. We've got the M5 badge down there, and also we have another cooling intake at the bottom. Overall, the front end of it looks extremely sporty and just very crisp. And also, you gotta love this deep frozen gray. Grows on you a bit. Coming around to the side though, we do have dual LED headlights, and you've got daytime running lights in there as well. Overall, they're auto leveling, work very well. Can't complain about anything. What else you won't complain about though is how well this bad boy stops, because also we have carbon ceramic brakes, and they are very sporty, very gold, and very big. Aside from that though, we do have 20-inch wheels on the M5, and they look like your typical BMW wheel, but very sporty indeed. Coming around further, we do have our plug-in for our hybrid. You do get about 25 or so miles of range on just battery. Also, we've got our side view mirrors, which are that glossy black with your lane departure warning, 360 camera, and also your blind spot monitoring assistance. Now, you only get easy unlock on your front driver door, and it actually doesn't unlock any of the other doors, which I don't like that very much. I like when it unlocks all of them. I even have to unlock the passenger door. A little bit annoying, but at least you get it there. We also have roof racks on the M5 Touring, so that's very nice as well. When you got a station wagon, sometimes you gotta throw some stuff up there. Coming around the back though, we do have the taillights that bleed into the side. They look very sporty. They come around about a quarter way into the rear door, and I like them. They're clean, straight lines, and look good. What I don't like though is that we've got the rear window wiper down at the bottom. It can be tucked up here underneath that spoiler, but it's a pretty sporty spoiler. Got a couple fins on there. Looks pretty good. Got a BMW badge right there in the center with the M5 there on the end. 4 exposed exhaust pipes. Looks real sporty at the rear. Overall, I love the exterior of this car, but what I really love is the interior. Coming into the interior, you've got a very stylish door panel and interior on it. We've got this bright orange, reddish color that is full of leather. Up here, we've got some soft touch molding, aluminum grille for our Bowers & Wilkins sound system, a little bit of carbon fiber that's laminated, and a gunmetal colored door handle. Overall, very good stuff. You do have one-touch operation on all 4 of your windows, your side view mirror controls, and you can even pop your trunk down there at the door panel too. You can also fit like a water bottle. Not very big pockets on the door panel. However, we do have an M5 door sill. Looks really clean right there. Kind of helps your eyes blend into the orange if you're looking down as you get in. We do have full power adjustments on these seats, including the headrest. That's also powered, so a little bit crazy there. But very sporty seats, extremely comfortable. On this executive package, we also have heated and ventilated seats in both the front and the rear. And you get full lumbar control, and that's about it. Nothing too crazy more to talk about there. Some other Easter eggs before we hop into the car though, that are pretty cool. We do have an M badge right here that's embossed into, or that's stamped into the frame. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, also the seat belts. Pretty neat, huh? You got some M branding on here with the colors and everything. It looks really cool. Hopping in though, they are sporty seats, so they grab you really nice, really comfortable, a little bit stiff, a little bit too much on the lumbar, but we can adjust that, of course. The steering wheel though, what's not to love? It's thick, it's meaty, and it's a BMW steering wheel. They're some of the best in my opinion, and they're full of functions. On the left-hand side, we've got our driver's assistance functions. On the right-hand side, we've got our multimedia controls. We've got 2 different performance buttons that we can completely customize in the settings, a couple paddle shifters as well as a boost paddle. We can control our lights on the left stalk. On the right-hand side, we've got our front and rear window wipers, and then we've got full power oscillation for our steering wheel. So that's a treat too. Now, before I jump into even more, we may as well turn this bad boy on because there are buttons that pop up along the dash, and also we got to hear that bad twin turbo V8 and see how good it purrs. So let's start her up. So now we do currently have it in M mode. That's why it sounds so loud and mean, but so that you guys can hear me a little bit better, I'm gonna turn that off because it's actually a little bit fake. So they pump in some extra sound so it sounds a little bit better. It does sound good, but I don't like fake. It sounds a lot different with that off. But it is really cool that you've got fully customizable profiles that you can set up with each of these buttons. That's really awesome. There's a ton of different settings in here that you can fine tune. You've got drivetrain, energy recovery, drive logic, chassis, steering, brake, M drive, and M sound. So you can even put this in two-wheel drive. That is even cooler. But what else is cool is that you've got in the dash, you actually have buttons that are touch buttons. Luckily, you don't have to use a lot of them very much, so it's not too big of a deal. But this does control your fan speed. All these buttons that go 0 to 1, that is your fan speed, and then you've got your lights and your gas cap. Below there, how we actually adjust our vents are with these little dials. But what I really love is the carbon fiber that's laminated. It looks really clean going all the way across the dash, especially with like the jewel diamond inlay that they do. I really like it. It looks really good. But what else looks really good is the fact that we have a 14.9-inch display on the right-hand side for our infotainment section, and then we have a 12.9-inch screen for our digital gauge cluster, and we still have our heads-up display. Aside from that though, the infotainment center is running the latest software, of course, from BMW, that 8.5 iDrive. It works fairly well. You still have to use the circular button in order to navigate everything, or you can use the touch screen. It's a little bit confusing. There's a lot of really deep menus and stuff like that, but it is so customizable. So there's tons that you can do. Going below the infotainment center, we have more of those touch buttons. So on the left and right, we have more of our fan speed controls. We've got our front and rear window defrost and our hazard controls. A couple more of those vent controls that I was mentioning. And then below there, we do have one wireless charger, although it looks like you have two. You only have one, so that's a little lame. But you do get two decently sized cup holders, and then we get into all the fun stuff, your little command center cockpit, right? Our start and stop button is in red right here in the center, opposed to on the dash. And then this little toggle here is our gear selector, and you can put it in sport mode so it turns into a manual. Of course, that's why we've got those big old paddle shifters. And then you've got your electronic parking brake, auto hybrid. So that's all that's there. And then up here, we get into more of our infotainment controls. We have our media button, which will take it to our media screen, telephone, navigation, home, back, and then this crystal dial is how you can navigate the screen and go back in menus and such if you so need. So it all works pretty well, but there is a lot to go through if you want to. Aside from that, we do have a dial for volume if you want. You can push it to mute. You got a couple track selection buttons, your 360 camera view, traction control, your M hybrid mode, your M mode, and your setup button. Tons to do right there. So you'll have fun for days, for sure. Then you've got, it's all surrounded in that piano black. It is really dirty, gets really dirty, really easy. I would carry around a microfiber if I was driving this every day. But the center console here is nice and soft. It makes a good armrest. It's not very big though. It is pretty small, but you do get a 12-volt outlet in there. So that is nice at least. And you get a decent size glove box. Nothing really to write home about, but also not bad. Moving up above our infotainment center, we do have an auto dimming rear view mirror with 3 home link buttons. So that's always great. Love to see that. And then we've got some nice touch lights for our dome control, and they're not very bright, but they'll get the job done. You can also set them so that they turn on with the door or not, of course. You've got the camera that views the back seat, an SOS button, and then between the 2 dome lights, you have the control for the shade for the ginormous panoramic sunroof. That is just beautiful. It really lights the car up in here. I love it. Well, that about wraps up the front of the M5 Touring. Let's hop in the back and see how comfortable the family will be while you're whipping it through the back roads. Coming into the rear, you have even more of the beautiful styling on the doors. However, we don't get any more carbon fiber. We have very large aluminum grills for our speakers, still have that gunmetal door handle and that nice red leather, but no carbon fiber back here. Also though, because this is the executive package, we do have retractable manual sunshades, and you also have them on the quarter window in the back as well. So that's not bad, a little bit nice. But also, because this is the executive package, the rear seats in this are heated and ventilated, and also extremely spacious, very comfortable as well. It kind of like pushes you back into it because the bottom of the seats are like tilted, so you really just slide right in. It is a little bit of a bummer that these seats don't have any pouches on it. I really like to see that, especially in something that is kind of built for the family, right? In here, we do have connections though on the back of both of the front seats so that you can mount a tablet or a phone, and you have a Type-C USB port in each of them as well. So that's kind of neat because you have tons of power back here then. You also have two more Type-C USB ports right here below the two vents, so that's cool. And like I said, you've got full heated or ventilated seats in the rear and a dual zone climate. So can't really complain about anything there. When you pull this down, you also get a very nicely padded armrest and pretty small cup holders, but this should get the job done. Overall, very nice in the rear, extremely comfortable, well spacious enough in my opinion, but not a lot of storage options. But that's why we have the station wagon, so let's see just how spacious the back of it is. Now, because this is a hatchback, of course it has a massive rear gate, and it's also powered, of course, but it opens up decently fast and very big. It opens up basically straight up and down. Of course, you can adjust that, but we're not gonna do that today. You have a large amount of space back here though, plenty. If you're trying to take kids to soccer or football or anything like that, and you wanna race while you're on your way there, you can do all of it in this car. But you've got plenty of storage options too. You got two pouches on the sides. I guess those make up for the ones that aren't on the back. And then just tons of floor space. You also have a very nice retractable cover. Works well. It's very sturdy in there. A lot of times they seem very cheap and they fall apart and stuff like that. I'm not a fan. Also, you've got manual seats, nice and quick, easy. Look at that, tons of room now. Fold them both down, it's just tons of room. But also back here, we do have 12 volt power on the right-hand side, so that's nice. Below here though, there's not a whole lot of space. It's just your roadside assistance stuff, so you got your roadside assistance in case you get a flat, and BMW knows how we get down, so they also gave us a banana. So let's see if the banana is gonna eat your kid's arm before you get to soccer practice. Oh. Well, it's not gonna eat their arm, but it might bruise it. Well, that about wraps up the interior and exterior of the BMW M5 Touring. I think it's about time we see just how fast it is. I'll see you on the inside. All right, we're gonna do our 0 to 60 test in the 2025 M5 Touring. And we've got it in our custom M Sports mode. So it's Sports Mode Max on just about everything. We're gonna use launch control and we're gonna see how fast this bad boy flies. So here we go. Crazy. So we got to 0 to 60 in 3.32 seconds. We got to 30 in 1.25. This bad boy rips. This thing is gonna be a blast to drive around in. It is just so comfortable. It sounds so good. Steve fits in it fantastically, even though he's 9'5". I mean, this car is really built for everybody, Steve.
Yeah, you just did 0 to 60. How was it? I wasn't in there, that's why I'm asking.
It was epic, 3.32 seconds. You guys had to let me know in the comments if you thought it was actually gonna be that fast. I mean, station wagons are deceiving.
On paper, it is 3.2 to 3.5.
Yeah.
And you're without me, so that's like 500 pounds. So that's like a whole second faster.
Right?
So it's on the dot.
It's basically perfect.
Perfect.
And it sounds really good too. I love how it sounds. I love the drive feel. One of my favorite things about BMWs is the steering. The steering just has the perfect amount of weight behind it. The steering wheels are by far my favorite steering wheel. They're so comfortable to hold. They got just enough meat to grip, you know?
So you do really like the engine sound, exhaust sound?
It doesn't sound bad.
But it's fake, you know, like not all of them, but some of them, because they're using ASD system.
Right. And what's that?
For Active Sound design.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to be coming from a speaker, like exhaust engine sounds.
Right. But I did roll down my window, and when I did the 0 to 60, I had my window rolled down, and it still sounded good.
It sounds good from outside too. I was outside, so
Yeah.
checking you doing 0 to 60, so sounds great from outside actually. I wish I would leave it louder.
Yeah. They just need to get rid of the fake stuff then.
Yeah.
Like, just you don't need the fake stuff.
You don't need it.
Yeah. Other than that, though, I mean, I really do love just about everything. Like, you know, obviously, we already tested it. It is fast. It has to get up and go. So acceleration is not a concern. I also braked extremely well during the 0 to 60. I got up to like 75, and I was able to stop in an extremely short amount of time.
Of course, the carbon ceramic brakes.
Yeah.
That costs $8,500. It's optional. So if you're not good, then you cannot even return it.
Right? Yeah, you can't return them. But hey, when you've got something this fast, you want the stopping power like that. So,
You need that.
yeah. But even the visibility in it, it's just great. It's perfect. You've got huge windows all the way around. You feel like the visibility is even better because it's panoramic sunroof. Your front pillars are a little bit thick. They're a little bit meaty, but they don't impede your vision really all that much. You've obviously got an extremely raked front windshield, but again, doesn't really impact anything. Also, a lot of times in station wagons, it's really hard to see out of that rear window. But how they designed this one, it seems like the rear window is really large for a station wagon. So I love that too. It's just a pleasure to drive too.
For passenger, I have a lot of room. I can move forward like maybe another 5 inch and still feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It's very sporty, the seat. It's not too hard. You know, some high performance like vehicles, they have this bucket seat. It's really, really, really hard. So I think it's perfect for the station wagon, special when people buy station wagon, they want to take it to a road trip.
Yep.
And also they want that performance. Plus, they have money to burn.
I mean, you're going to be burning some money with this in multiple ways. I mean, the gas and the cost of the vehicle, but we'll get into that a little bit later. It's got tons of features, and that's a lot of what factors into that cost too. But you've got basically all the safety features you could possibly need. You've got pedestrian detection, you've got blind spot monitoring, you've got cross traffic alerts, literally everything that you can need. What is weird though is that they hide the parking sensors in the executive package.
What do you mean by hiding?
That's how you get the parking sensors, is by getting the executive package, which makes the front grille light up. You get ventilated and heated seats in the back, and like the sunshades and stuff like that. Like, why? Just let me have parking sensors like by default.
Yeah. So you don't have parking sensor if you're getting the base trim.
Right.
What they want you to spend the money. If you have that much money, then why not just upgrade to the highest package?
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. The executive package is only $1,500, but that seems a little ridiculous, right? I mean,
I like the light though. The grille light. That's something that iconic for BMW.
Yeah, I think they look awesome with the grille light. I really do like it. But also, I wanted to mention, it's quiet enough for the family in here, especially if you take it out of M mode. The exhaust tones down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Not a lot of road noise or anything. I will say though, especially when you have it in sport mode, that suspension's pretty stiff.
Oh, yeah, I can feel it every single bone.
Yeah. But, that's about all I have to say on my drive feelings, first impressions, and everything like that. I want to know how this bad boy is so fast. So what do you say we get you in the driver's seat?
Sure. All right, it's time for Uncle Steve behind the wheel of this 2025 M5 station wagon. Well, you already did the 0 to 60. It's fast.
Very.
Believe it or not, this is a plug-in hybrid.
It's pretty shocking.
It's pretty shocking. I normally don't like plug-in. I still don't like plug-in hybrid, but I'm gonna go talk about it.
Okay.
It has a 4.4 liter V8 twin turbo, producing 717 horsepower.
That's a whole lot of power.
Yeah, and 738 foot-pound of torque. It comes with a one electric motor, and all-wheel drive is standard. However, we all know you can change it to only rear-wheel drive.
Yeah.
From the setting.
Make it even more fun.
Well, since this is a hybrid, plug-in hybrid, I'm gonna talk about the range.
Okay.
For the full charge battery, if you only use battery itself, it can go up to 24 miles. That is not bad compared to Mercedes C63. There is still a plug-in hybrid for C63. The range is 5 to 6 miles.
So that's abysmal. You're not getting
It's
anywhere.
it's like what's the point you make it like plug-in hybrid for the C63? You know? This is better, 25 miles.
Yeah, 5 miles is barely going to get you to the gas station because you know it's not going to be 5 miles.
Yeah.
It's going to be like 2.
But for the Mercedes station wagon, the E53 AMG, it can go up to 46 miles.
Wow.
That is awesome.
That's almost double.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit.
Well, but for 25 miles is enough for you to point A to point B. And then when you need it to go to track or highway or road trip, or if you want to drive fast, you got it.
Yep.
17 horsepower.
That's so much, though, in a station wagon. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You know what else is a lot? How much does Bad Boy cost?
Oh, you know more than I do.
Oh, yes, I do. And this M5 Touring, it's only got one trim level because it is the hatchback, right? Now, the sedan has different trim levels, but basically for the station wagon, you just have extras that you can pile in. So it starts out at $124,000. However, with all of the extras that the one that we're driving today has, it bumps it all the way up to $145,000. So it's got quite a hefty price tag.
Well, you know, Chinese, Asian, they're cheap. But when I think about today, like the money, $125,000 for M5, I don't think that's that bad, you know, for today money, you know. Because back then it was still like 80,000, and then I think they have the V10 M5 before, you know. It just not too bad for base price.
Right, yeah. Especially, you know, the station wagons, especially the performance ones, they do tend to hold their value a little bit better too.
They do.
But what do you think of the drive? You enjoy it?
I almost crashed.
You're trying to take me out.
The drive, actually, I'm doing right now. I'm too focused on the powertrain because I was so exciting about it. The drive, the brake. Oh, how's that? How's the brake?
It works very well.
It worked really well.
So does the seatbelt lock.
Visibility great. It looked like a sport car because the windshield is kind of like
super rigged.
Yeah. And then like you say, visibility sucks on the A pillar or C pillar. But when you turn blind spot and then you look at the back, it's perfect. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a lot of room too. And what I really like the most is it's simple. You know, a lot of BMW, like the one we tested, the 7 Series, the XM, it's more complicated somehow. But this is just simple, very simple. No massage chair. You know, you can control everything here. And then the rear doesn't have a lot of like LCD window control panel.
Right, yeah, not a bunch of crazy stuff that can go. And not only that, I love the just the feel of the car itself. Because it's a station wagon, you've got that longer wheelbase and it's lowered a little bit, so you've got that low center of gravity. You've got like no body roll. It's just really comfortable, you know?
Well, in my opinion, I really like the station wagon. But however, I really only like no hybrid, only the V8 twin turbo that like Audi. It's less thing to worry about, you know. You have to worry about a lot of this stuff. Even they give you a good warranty.
Yeah, no, I really like it too. I think it's a wonderful vehicle. It's a pleasure to drive. It looks amazing. You have tons of room. You know, the price tag is a little bit hefty, but we are talking about a sports station wagon.
Yeah.
And there's not many performance station wagons out there. Like you mentioned, you've only really got the RS6, the Mercedes AMG, and this BMW now. But if you are in the market for a station wagon and you want something with a little bit of beast under the hood, I strongly suggest that you come check this out because this is just a blast to drive. And it's very well done. You know, drives like a dream. So
yeah, it does drive really nice.
yeah, it definitely feels like a BMW, that's for sure. But Let us know in the comments down below what you think of it. Is this something you'd be interested in? Are you sick of station wagons, maybe? I love them. They're one of my all-time favorite types of cars. But smash up the likes, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next video.
You know what? You know what we're missing? We should test drive the R6 and the Mercedes in the future.
We should.
We should. Should we?
Watch out for that video.